Welcome to Lesson 85 of Saxon Maths Course 2. In this lesson we're going to talk about order of operations with positive and negative numbers. It's going to be very similar to what we did before in combining like terms. Okay, so let's just get started. There's no new vocabulary or anything like that. So example number 1 says to simplify -2 plus -2 times -2 minus -2 divided by +2. Well, we got to remember our orders of operations. So we first multiply and divide in order from left to right. So we can go right here. We got to separate these out, okay, because they're different operations. So let's go ahead and do that. We can do our middle multiplication here. A -2 and a -2 is a +4. And then doing our division, +2 goes into a -2 one time, but it's a negative. So it's a minus a -1. So we've combined our terms there. And then we come down here, and now we can add our -2 and our +4 together. That gives us 2, and 2 minus 1 becomes a +1. Right? This here becomes +1, so 2 plus 1 equals 3. And our answer is 3. All right? I don't know why this just really messes students' minds up, but hopefully we'll get better at it. Again, mentally separate any expressions into terms can make the expressions easier to simplify. I like to do it this way. I really do. Here's, here, same thing. We just did it. Okay, we simplified it. We broke it down. We took our 2. We brought it straight down. We turned that into a 4, and we turned that into a +1. Then we added those all together and got +3. That makes it so much easier. I'm telling you, it just really does. So try to remember to separate these out. All right, so let's try this. I'll separate it for you, then you see if you can do it, okay? This very first thing here, because they're being multiplied, we're going to separate right here, okay? And then we've got multiplication, some more multiplication going on, so we're going to separate it right there. That's where your separations are going to go. Now just start doing what you know you need to do with your orders of operations. All right, what's the first thing we're going to do? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. We're going to do our parentheses, aren't we? So what's going to, 2 minus 4 is -2. So now you got -3 times -2. That's right here. Right? We got that one taken care of. Let's put our line, let's keep it separated. Now we've got, what is -4? What is -4 times -2? That's a +8. What's +8 times a -3? That's -24. Okay, and then let's come here. We got that -3 times -4 is going to be a +12. 2 goes into 12 6 times. So now we've got our -24 down here. We've got our +6 here. Now what's -3 times -2? That's a +6. What's 6 plus 6 is 12. 24 minus 12 is 12. But it's a -12 because it's a -24. So -24 plus 12, our answer should be 12. With a negative because of the -24. Right here, our -24. So -12 is our answer. There it is right there. Get the idea? Okay, let's take a look at another one. All right, simplify this one here using your orders of operations. The first thing you've got to do is your symbols of inclusion. So we're going to start right here, up here, right? We've got to do what's inside of that first, and we're going to do what's inside the parentheses there. So again, you got to find out where the break goes. Okay, so you've got this -3 right here. Is anything going to be going with that? Well, there is. It's going to be whatever's over here. But until then, let's go ahead and separate that off. Okay, because we don't want to mess with that yet. Let's just move over here. A negative 1 or a negative. It's just a negative. A negative and a negative is a positive. So a -1 and a -4 is a +4. So you know this here combines to +4. And when you times that by -5, what do you get? You get -20. Right? So we got -20 sitting there. Okay? So now we can take our -3 minus 20 gives us -23 for this all right here. Okay, so let's look at that again. All right, Let's do it one more time so you follow along with that. Okay, so let's do a break right here for you to different look at it. What's negative 4 and negative? That's positive 20. Okay, so bring our 20 down here, bring down our negative. All right, and then we got negative 3 minus 20 is negative 23. Okay, we're all okay with that? That's everything right from here. And then we got minus, so we got negative 2 minus a negative 23. Well, a negative 23 and negative 23 becomes a positive 23 minus the 2 makes it 21. Let's see if we're right. There we go, 21. I love it when we do it right. Okay, I know that this step right here is a little bit awkward, but don't let it be. You've got to get those positives and negatives together. Okay, you might have to watch it a couple of times. Let's do another one. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull out our negative 2. We know that's all by itself, so we don't need to worry about that. What is a positive 3 times a negative 2? Positive and a negative is a negative. Signs are different, they're negative. So that's going to be negative 6 minus 6. Okay? And a negative 2 plus a 4, that's a negative and positive and negative, so that's going to be negative 8. All right? There's our break there. This minus 2 and negative 2, that's exactly the same thing. Okay? So now we've got negative 2 minus 6 minus 8. Now we just combine like terms. Those are all negative numbers, so we add them together. 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 2 is 16. So it's 16 negative, negative 16. There we go. All right. Hopefully you're getting it. Here's a couple more to practice on. See if you can do these on your own, and then start the video up. All right. Let's see how you did. I'm going to go ahead and make my breaks here really quick. That's going to be negative 3. That's going to be positive 9. And this is going to be negative 1, positive 1. So I've got 10. I got minus 10. I got 10 minus 3 is 7. I come up with 7 for A. All right, good. I hope you got 7. All right, let's try this one here. I'm going to make my break right there. This is going to give me a positive 30. And then I've got my negative sign that I can bring down. And then I've got negative 4. So negative 4 minus 30 is negative 34. And then I have the minus sign and minus 3. So a negative 34 and a negative times my negative 34 makes it a positive 34. Minus my 3 makes it a positive 31, because 34 minus 3 is 31. I get 31. Hopefully you got 31 for B. All right, great. I love it. Okay, that's it. There's your TIDs. Get them done. See you tomorrow in class. I know this is tough stuff. We're going to spend some days on this. We're going to really get this down pat. Thank you for watching the video. We'll see you tomorrow in class.